back to Protect and Persevere. Hopefully the lighting's good. It's kind of getting dark outside, but I wanted to go ahead and shoot this. So it seems like almost every day there's something complicated or controversial, not only to a community, but just humanity in general. Just we're always finding something to argue about or trying to chase the new thing or whatever. And I don't think all that's necessarily bad. I think dialogue's good. I think trying to find new, better ways to do things if there's a problem to begin with. I also live by the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But at the same time, I also like to try to mess around with things. But a lot of times I feel like people get overwhelmed, or at least I do. Either one of those things, trying to figure out what's the right way, what's the wrong way. Is there a better way to do this or that? And I just get overwhelmed. And I feel like a lot of times I end up just going back to the basics. Or it's never wrong to just go back to the fundamentals, because you should already be doing that. And it just, yeah, you should always go back to fundamentals. And I think, forget the quote, it's like the most advanced level is just mastering the basics. So the thing I want to talk about today is drawing from concealment, specifically like everyday carry stuff. And I think that it's one of the things that most likely you're going to have to use outside of all the fancy gear and stuff. So I figured I might as well talk about it a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and talk about my kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, I guess like protocol or whatever, or just a system that I found that works consistently for drawing, specifically from an appendix type setup. This is a T-Rex arms, sidecar, Glock 19, spare mag. It kind of works if you wanted to carry it, 4 o'clock or whatever, but I mainly carry appendix just because I like to carry that way. It's faster, it's usually more comfortable standing, it is, walking around. But, and this kind of way I draw and stuff, it's not necessarily the fastest way. You can definitely go a little bit faster. It's just something I found to be the most reliable. Now, obviously, it depends on, I think a big thing is you need to practice what you wear every day. So, for instance, don't just wear a t-shirt if it's the middle of winter and you need to wear a big jacket. So, normally you wear kind of loose button-up shirts. Freaking bug. But, yeah, so the steps that I take is, first thing, you need to defeat the garment. So it doesn't matter what clothes you're wearing, you need to defeat it. And a lot of times, this is what gets you messed up first. Because if you can't successfully get to the gun, it doesn't matter how fast you are, because you're just going to fumble it and then die. Get killed in the streets. So the main way I found is not to go too low, too high. Try, sometimes you can get a really fast draw if you kind of like grab the right side or the side your gun's on. That side you can kind of sweep it real fast and get them really fast draws. But the most consistent thing I found is to grab in the middle somewhere and just overemphasize the violent rip, almost like I'm trying to like rip my shirt. And so I do that, grab garment, whatever, and sometimes this might be slower, but I'll grab garment, I rip up as high as I can, freaking bug, and then I'll usually shoot my hips a little bit to get a better purchase. And then people talk about different ways of indexing your gun. Some people say, get your hand over the kind of back plate, and yes, it's empty. Honestly, I usually just shoot the hand, and I usually shoot the hand kind of just in a normal grip. I've messed around with trying to do that. It works too, but I usually just try to get just a high grip, and then as I bring up, my other hand meets it. So in total, it is a defeat garment, pull up, shoot hips, and maybe some of that's wasted movement, kind of exaggerating on that, but it's the most reliable way for me to draw from appendix. And yeah, I realize this might be really boring to some of you. I know some people are way super high level and they're like, this is day one stuff. Well, first off, like I said in the beginning, I don't think you could ever overmaster the fundamentals, but for a lot of people, this is really important stuff that they don't know about yet, or they're getting into, 2A and stuff like that. Dude, this bug's freaking killing me. But yeah, I hope this helps. I hope it at least got you thinking about what your setup is. Have you dry fired today? All that, but stay safe out there and God bless.